Hi there, welcome back. Last devlog I did a bunch of stuff since it was the first episode, but from now on things are going to be much more laid back with slow progress. I want to share the journey of this game while also working on my programming skills, so I'm trying to find the balance without falling behind on my college work. Anyways, let's continue this project. I started by drawing some new assets to use in game. If you remember from last episode, the other unknown character with the princess was the royal guide, who is going to help her with her tasks, but I wasn't too keen on their name or vibe, so I thought of something better and way more cute. So here is Chocolat. This cute bear is going to be the guide for our princess, and I know it all sounds too random, but I promise there is a reason. I just don't want to reveal it now cause it does tie in with the story of my game. Chocolat was all over the place though, I cannot lie, but after some fixing of her coordinates I think it turned out okay. I ended up changing where her and the princess portraits are in the dialogues because they were kind of in the way of the rest of the game. And anyways, all of this is just temporary until I make the actual game art. Now onto the second addition to the game, which is the GUI bar, which I don't even know if I will keep later, so get ready for some potential waste of my time montage. So basically the idea was that if the E key is pressed, then the in animation would play and the bar would transition into the screen, and if you press E again, then the bar would exit the screen. Pretty simple stuff, unless you like to make things harder for yourself like me. The animating part was quite easy and fun. The issue was with the placement of the sprite. Because the sprite was positioned on screen at the start, then no matter what, when the game starts, you're gonna see the bar. And the bar has the same issue as the control panels from last episode, so parts of the GUI move with the player and others stay in the same place. The rest worked out fine, it's just this stupid issue that I couldn't figure out and it was driving me insane. The funniest thing here was that the text label of the player name was somehow also changing as well. It had no connection to the GUI bar. Like, what do you mean? I tried a bunch of stuff without any light in sight until I finally figured it out. And get ready for this. Everything that was going wrong here, from the panels and bar not moving with the player to the label issue, was all because of one thing: my computer. I figured this out after looking online, and apparently if you have an old ass computer like me, you need to change the renderer of your project to compatibility for it to work. And oh my god, when I played the game with this setting on for the first time and saw all my problems getting fixed, I thought I was dreaming. Like, look at this. It works. I saw this as an absolute win and ended the day there. The next day I came with a more motivated outlook, so I deleted the GUI bar and started from scratch to fix the issue, since that was the only thing that was genuinely my mistake and not something to do with my computer. And thankfully that worked out pretty smoothly and I was very happy with it, as you can see. Now, knowing I can do whatever I want with the GUI without it being static, I went back to that scene and started customizing it a bit more, with more colors, outlines, and all that good stuff. To be completely honest, I had no set plan for this, but I was having way too much fun, so I guess that's good. And this is how it looked afterwards. Now, with two of these assets done, plus the GUI additions, it was time for the fated and dreaded third, which is the mannequin. Basically, your room is going to have 3 mannequins, and this is where you're going to change clothes and sort of put your cute dresses on display. And for the coding side, I wanted the mannequin to have a white outline when the mouse hovers over it to indicate that you can click it for interactivity purposes, because that's where the next part of the story is headed. Now, the amount of problems I ran into this section is actually insane. I think I spent 3 whole days on it, and spoiler alert, I'm still not done. Let me break it down for you. I used an open source outline shader because ain't no way I can figure that out for myself, and what I was trying to do is basically detect a mouse hover and apply the shader if there is in fact a hover, and delete it if there isn't. However, my mouse was not being detected at all. And the thing here is, there's infinite possible solutions to any problem I might run into. So I kind of started doing anything and everything to try and solve this issue, but nothing ever worked. And when I figured out that the body entered function was working, but the mouse entered function wasn't, that kind of narrowed it down, I guess. So after wasting a lifetime, I found that it's the GUI that's affecting the mouse inputs. Are you starting to see the pattern here? The documentation for this as well kept talking about a mouse filter, but how am I supposed to know what that is? I had so many questions and I was starting to lose hope, honestly. But the next session I researched a bit more and realized that the mouse filter was in every single control node in my GUI scene, which meant I had to manually go over said every single control node in my freaking game. But finally, that worked and I felt like a champion, but oh wait, we're not done yet, because there's still the second part of this problem, which is applying and removing the shader depending on the hover. I don't know how to do it. I genuinely tried for a long time, but this is the best I could get it to, which is obviously not good enough. Overall, I think a lot of problems were solved in this episode that will help me moving forward, so I am happy about that. Hopefully I will have the shader issue fixed by next episode, but honestly, I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching and supporting this series, and stay hellish.